Snow White film's catastrophic failure at the box office.
I actually make the argument that her version of what the film was.
Snow White breaks records for the lowest live-action remake.
When she's around the bandits, she's a massive hole.
It was the worst movie I've ever seen.
Welcome back to your channel, where we uncover the juiciest Hollywood gossip and break down the biggest celebrity controversies. Today's video is one you won't want to miss. We're diving into the shocking drama surrounding Rachel Zegler after Disney's live-action Snow White reportedly bombed at the box office. And wait for it, there are rumors that the movie has been pulled from theaters entirely. But hold up, because it gets worse. Apparently Rachel Zegler went off online, clapping back at critics and defending herself like never before. So what really happened? Was the movie that bad? Did Rachel lose her cool? Or is this all just part of a bigger conspiracy? Let's get into it.
But she's pretty famous and she's been in the news for bad things. Her name is Rachel Zegler. Something wrong with this person. Like a couple years ago being like, there's certainly not gonna be a prince rescuing me. Disney got on its heels and they're like, we're gonna reshoot the movie immediately.
In this video, we'll explore the alleged box office failure, the backlash Rachel faced, her fiery response, and whether she's still the princess everyone thought she'd be. Plus, I'll share my take on whether this is the end of Rachel's Disney dream or just the beginning of something bigger. Buckle up, because this story has twists, turns, and enough drama to rival any Disney villain. Before we dive into the chaos, let's rewind to when Disney first announced Rachel Zegler as Snow White. If you don't know who Rachel is, she skyrocketed to fame with her breakout role in Steven Spielberg's West Side Story, earning critical acclaim and even a Golden Globe nomination. She was basically crowned the next big thing in Hollywood. And then came the announcement Rachel Zegler would play Snow White in Disney's live-action remake. Fans were divided. Some called it a bold step toward inclusivity, praising Disney for casting a Latina actress. Others, well, they weren't so thrilled. Snow White is supposed to be fair-skinned, cried the haters. Meanwhile, supporters fired back with, representation matters. It was Twitter warfare at its finest. But despite the controversy, the hype train was real. With a star-studded cast, stunning visuals, and Rachel's undeniable talent, expectations were high. Everyone was predicting Snow White would be the next big hit, right up there with Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin. So, what went wrong? Well, apparently, not everyone got there happily ever after. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, the box office numbers. According to reports, Snow White opened with dismal ticket sales, falling far short of projections. Critics blame everything from the casting controversy to marketing missteps. Here's the tea. Industry insiders claim the film made less than half of what it needed to break even during its opening weekend. For context, movies like The Little Mermaid and Maleficent crushed it financially. So yeah, this was a major disappointment for Disney. And if that wasn't bad enough, there are rumors swirling that the movie has been banned from certain theaters due to low turnout. Now, I'm not saying this is confirmed, but it's definitely fueling the fire.
Even if Disney still had the most talented people in the world working with the best writers, even if everything worked perfectly, it would have been almost impossible for this movie to succeed.
Controversy has been dogging this movie since the very beginning.
And if you disagree with this sentiment, just hit the unfollow button. I don't need your business.
Oh no, did Disney just create the next Cats? Yikes. But here's the kicker. The backlash didn't stop at the box office. Critics and trolls alike tore apart every aspect of the movie, from Rachel's performance to the lackluster soundtrack. And guess who bore the brunt of the criticism? Yep, Rachel Zegler herself. It's like they forgot she was handpicked by Disney to bring this iconic character to life. Talk about harsh. But here's where things get really interesting. In the wake of the bombshell news, Rachel Zegler took to social media. And wow, did she have something to say. She allegedly posted a scathing message slamming critics, calling out toxic fandom, and defending her role as Snow White. One source claims she said, "If you can't see past someone's skin color to enjoy a story about love and kindness, then maybe you're the problem." Ouch. Of course, this sparked a whole new wave of reactions. Some fans applauded her for standing her ground, while others accused her of being unprofessional and playing the victim card. Meanwhile, trolls came out in full force, flooding her comments with negativity. It's crazy how quickly things escalated. One minute she's living her dream as a Disney princess, and the next, she's fighting for her reputation in the court of public opinion.
There's a big focus on her love story, with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird.
But let's give credit where it's due. Rachel handled herself with grace and fire. She reminded everyone that she's not just a pretty face. She's a force to be reckoned with. So why did Snow White bomb so hard? Let's break it down. First, there's the casting controversy. As much as we'd like to think people care more about talent than looks, the truth is, some fans couldn't get past Rachel being Latina. They felt it strayed too far from the original fairy tale. Second, the marketing strategy has been called lazy. Unlike The Little Mermaid, which flooded our feeds with teasers and collaborations, Snow White barely made waves. People didn't even know it was coming out. And finally, there's the music. While Rachel's voice is undeniably beautiful, some reviewers said the soundtrack lacked the magic of Alan Menken's classics. Without those iconic songs, audiences weren't as invested. Combine all these factors, and you've got a recipe for disaster. But hey, hindsight is 20/20, right? But let's not forget, this isn't just about Rachel or Snow White. This is about a larger conversation happening in Hollywood. Should studios stick to tradition, or should they embrace change and diversity? And most importantly, are audiences ready for that change? Now, the million-dollar question. Will Rachel Zegler recover from this setback? Let's be real. For every flop, there's a comeback waiting to happen. Look at Anne Hathaway after The Princess Diaries 2, or Chris Evans before he became Captain America. Stars bounce back all the time. Plus, let's not forget, Rachel is talented. She's already proven herself in West Side Story, and she's set to star in the Hunger Games prequel. This is just one chapter in her career, not the whole book. So, while Snow White may not have been the fairy tale ending everyone hoped for, I truly believe Rachel will rise above this. After all, isn't perseverance what makes a hero? She'll be okay, guys. Trust me. Alright, that's the full scoop on the Snow White bomb and Rachel Zegler's epic clapback. What do you think? Is this the end of Rachel's Disney dream, or will she make a triumphant return? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more Hollywood gossip and share it with your friends so they can join the conversation. Thanks for watching, and remember, even the darkest nights produce the brightest stars. See you soon?